Hey everyone. Okay, we're live on Telegram for sure. Okay, ish. There we go again. Yeah. Okay, so we are live on Telegram. The broadcast hasn't begun on X yet. Let's just refresh that and see did it start yet. Yes. All right. So we're live on Telegram. We're live on X, and let's just double check PumpFun. PumpFun is the one that usually but so there we go. Okay, welcome everybody to today's UpScalp um, broadcast. We're broadcasting on three different platforms simultaneously. Fantastic. Let me just make sure that you can hear me all. Yep, the audio should be good. Fantastic. Okay, welcome. So yeah, this is our daily stream where we're building in public for UpScalp. If you're a member of the Telegram community, you will have seen that I actually pushed quite a lot of updates today as I was working, and I was explaining in the group how I'm doing that, how I'm achieving to be able to push so much in a day, in a morning really rather. So I'm going to usually on a stream like this talk a little bit about myself rather, about the project. We'll maybe do a live demo like we did yesterday about how to use it. And then I think today I may start to begin to talk about how I'm developing, just because I've started to explain it a little bit in the group, and I've mentioned agentic development environments that I started using in November last year a bit, but I think I might begin to explain a bit about the process of how I actually build UpScalp in the background, where it came from. So I'm just going to kick off with the usual way that I kick it off, which is just I've put my stuff into slides today, so organized. Great. So this is UpScalp. This is a product that I started building last September, maybe a little bit earlier even. And the reason why I started doing this was I thought that we're looking like just going on historical patterns that the bear market was probably coming, and to make money, I thought that it could be good to look at the futures market, futures trading, perpetuals, because I figured that shorting would be the way to go. I didn't know anything about it at the time. I was really a novice at it, and so I started building this tool to help me basically. And 5 months later, that's where we are today, where we have something that I can share with you, something that I can make public and enter into the PumpFun Hackathon and build in public every day. So just to give you a little bit of background about myself. So I'm the founder and developer. It's a team of one at the minute. There isn't anyone else helping me, but I do have a lot of experience in this kind of project from the past. So my background is as an engineer. Uh, I've worked in product development for 20 years, maybe even more at this point. I was originally starting as an engineer in research and development, moved into every other aspect. So I would have done everything along the way from testing, quality, manufacturing, design, project management, and at the moment I'm working more in UX and content. That's where I moved into for the last few years. I've been involved in crypto since 2021, so I've been building products since 2021 as well. And definitely a lot of what I'm doing today is definitely informed by the great teams that I've worked with in the past as well, and the amazing developers that I've worked in, and the amazing products that we built together. So all of those skills that I've collected in my career, I've been putting them together, and I'm very, very much a user centric developer, user centric designer. I want to build a good user experience, and I want to build something that meets people's needs. So definitely look at user needs, taking myself as a user first of all, but doing as much research as I can, talking to people and looking at the market, looking at how people are trading to make sure that I build something that meets people's needs. Uh, why I came to UpScalp? Well, why I decided that I needed a tool to help myself, first of all, but also that it could be something to help other people too, is that uh, most of the time, for most traders, things are moving too quickly for them. So the market is moving too fast. It looks like there's opportunities everywhere. It can be very overwhelming. And when something goes wrong, everything is moving so fast, it can be hard to tell why it went wrong. So generally you're missing a wider market context, you're missing risk controls to stop you from making costly mistakes, and you're missing this feedback loop to inform your trading. So if you're extremely disciplined, you can do it manually. There's definitely a way to do that as well and become just very, very skilled through disciplined work at being a trader. But for most people, I think they don't have the time or the patience for that. And without that feedback loop, you can't really improve. Because if you're not measuring what's going right, what's going wrong, you don't improve. It's always random. What we really want to make it easier for folks to trade successfully is we want repeatable decisions, we want less noise. So this is why I've designed UpScalp. We want high quality setups delivered to Telegram in a very user-friendly format so that you can decide based on very, very clear evidence if you want to enter a trade or not. It gives you parameters for your trade, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. And it also makes the risk very, very clear to you. So this hopefully would help you to make better quality trades more often. This is why I created UpScalp. What does it do? Well, in the back end, what's happening in the background is we're looking at the top 50 symbols by volume on Binance. That's the data source that I'm using in a minute, but I have multiple backup data sources, failovers as well. So like if data from Binance is not available, I have fallbacks always waiting there to fill the gap in the data. Over the past 5 months, through very, very extensive research, I've developed 30 detection strategies that are running at all times. Some of them detect signals quite a lot. Some of them are for more unique and rare situations. What UpScalp does for you then is when it's looking at these top 50 pairs by volume, running these strategies against them, and it's finding structured setups. So it's providing you with everything you should need to enter a trade. So it's giving your entries, your target prices, take profit prices, and your stop loss prices as well. It's giving you scoring. So it's giving you a confidence score, like a very user-friendly 5-star system that you can look at something very, very quickly and decide if it looks like a quality trade or not. And it's giving you the context of the market that the signal that this trade is in. And it's got lots of risk protection. So when the strategies detect the signal, it passes it through the quality scoring, but also lots of risk gates to make sure that we're minimizing. When I've been working on it, I've been thinking of, I want something that maximizes my gains and reduces dumb risk. So the risk gates reduce your dumb risk. That's what we're looking at. How each signal actually goes through the architecture of it. The market data is feeding into UpScalp continuously 24/7. We have detection. A certain strategy will detect a candidate signal for a certain pair at a certain time, validate it with the quality checks and the scoring that I mentioned, the risk gates, this risk framing, again, process it to another degree. So the kind of things that this would look at is your signal going against the motion of the market, for example. So like if you have a short, but actually the market is turning bullish, well, then you probably don't want to take that. So it's this context, the risk framing. I would say that was the part that took the most amount of time of refining, because initially, when I started trading with it, it would be firing great trades, but awful trades as well. And then it was probably 3 months of the 5 months, maybe 3.5 months, where refining that risk framing. So initially, I probably went too conservative, and then it was literally about 2.5 months of unwinding that to a safe degree, where there was a really good balance between risk and reward. And then when all of that is going through, which is very, very fast, it's scanning every 3 minutes, basically through the whole top 50 pairs by volume, you get signals delivered in Telegram in this user-friendly format, which we'll take a look at in a while. There's 3 versions of it, or 3 products under the UpScalp banner. We have a light bot that is available publicly during the hackathon. So PumpFun extended the hackathon today for another week. So at least for the next week, I'll be making this freely available. I actually enhanced it today. That was one of the things that I pushed this morning, which was the information you see in the light bot is not as complete as in the premium bot, but I expanded it a little bit more today. So you do still get quite a lot of information in the light bot, but you're only getting 30% of the signals that are in the premium bot. The premium bot then is token gated. you have to hold 0.5% of UpScalp to access it. And just this morning, I added a new Telegram bot, an automated process for adding yourself to the UpScalp Premium. So that's seamless now. You can do it through Telegram. All you have to do is enter your wallet address, and then you verify that this wallet is yours by sending one UpScalp to yourself. And by doing that, then you prove that you're the owner of the wallet, and you instantly get access to UpScalp. And the second thing that I added after that then was I added a second module today, which is constantly running in the backend, and it makes sure that people hold the UpScalp. So if you sell below 0.5% or 5 million tokens, this process will automatically remove your access, unfortunately. So it's a really good idea to keep that 5 million. This is available, so those two are available. The Lite and the Premium bot right now are both available, but I do have a third one, which is API trading, which is automated execution of trades based on the signals. And this is in testing at the minute. This is probably about 2 months away from public launch, I'd say. So currently I only have access to this. Eventually that will be something that I'll be making available. I haven't set the pricing for it yet, but I think it's going to be very, very successful. So I think it's probably going to be a bit expensive because it's worth it. Okay, and talking about the roadmap then, so we've quite a lot live at the minute. We have the two bots, Lite and Premium. Within the bot, you are getting things like market summaries. In the Premium bot, there's a feature called Still Good, where you can check a symbol and you can see if an earlier signal earlier on in the day is still a good signal to enter or not. You get warnings about the market shifting, so trend shifts, and you get exposure warnings. So this is a warning where previous signals, if the market has turned against them, there's actually a warning that tells you these shorts or these longs are now at risk, and it just gives you a bit of a heads up that you may want to close those trades. What is in progress is a mix of constant work and development work. So I'm constantly looking for new edges for the product. So I've automated a research process. This is something that for a very long time I was doing manually at the beginning of the project. So I was basically in academic journals, constantly reading articles about futures trading and looking for industry best practice as well. So I've actually automated all of that now, looking for edges, looking for ways to refine our strategies, looking for ways to tune the strategies based on the data that the bot collects. So we have a vast amount of data. There's about 33,000 signals that the bot has fired since December 29th only. So I use that data every day. I've built, again, processes that automatically analyze that data so I can check the performance of it and look for new edges. We're looking for new detection methods, covering more market regimes. That's the big one for me at the minute, because with a new product, there's definitely new market conditions every few weeks that it encounters. So then I have to develop parameters and combinations that work for that. What is coming in the future then? API bot access, widening that, so making that available to the public. Speeding up the delivery of the signals is definitely another thing that I'm going to be doing. As we expand, I think I'm going to do a stream possibly tomorrow about my plans for how I can scale the signals as the user base grows. So this is something I've been thinking about for about 4 or 5 weeks. So I've done a fair bit of research into it, and there's plenty of precedent for doing this. But I might do a session, this week about how I'm planning to handle the extra volume of users to make sure that every user is getting the signals in a timely fashion, because of course you want the signals as fast as possible. So as soon as they fire, you want them. Everybody wants them at the same time. So I have a few ideas for how I'm going to do that. That's definitely one of the main pieces of work that I'll be doing over the next few weeks. Yeah, and we'll see. It'd be mostly those two that are the main targets I have for the future. Great, and I'm here every day. So we've actually been streaming every day for the last few days since I entered the PumpFun Hackathon. Be here every day. I'm hoping that we'll be able to do 3 different platforms every day. We'll see. After I finish this stream, I'll make sure that the quality was okay on X and was okay in Telegram. We did 2 yesterday, so I think Telegram was fine. But yeah, we'll take a look at that, and that's it really. So that's just the introduction to the product, which I've been doing every day, just to give people a very, very quick oversight. A lot of the information I just told you is here in the pitch video that I sent to PumpFun for the hackathon as well. So that's on the website if you want to rewatch that. It's like 2.5 minutes that explains very similar to what I just said there. And what I'll do today, I think I was going to demo the product again. Yeah, so this is what we've done every day as well. Let me just see. Oh yeah, okay, let's get Telegram. Hopefully I'll be able to do this when I'm streaming on Telegram. I think I was able to do it yesterday. So the first thing that we do most days is we start with the light bot. So let's take a look at that. Actually, let's see if I can make this better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so this is the light bot. This is the version that is freely available right now to everybody, so anyone can use this. You just sign up to it and click start and you get access. So as you can see here, there are signals firing constantly in the background there. So basically what you're getting here is 30% of the signals that are in the premium bot, and also about half of the information that each signal has. So you can see you're still getting quite a lot of information here, but you definitely don't get the same amount of information that you get in the premium bot, and also you don't have a lot of settings, I don't think. Let's just check, because yeah, so you can choose some settings, but very, very few. So let me see. Go to premium instead. This is the premium bot, so you'll see immediately there's a lot more information here in a premium signal. So people were asking me to talk about how I use them. So yesterday I was giving a quick explanation about the key things that I'm looking for when I'm looking at a signal. So let's see here, what have we got? It's very hard to move it. Why is it? Oh yeah, because it keeps trying to select the bloody thing. There we go. Okay. What's this? We've got CLO. Okay, don't actually know that one. So you can see right at the top, it's telling you the strategy. This is a dead count bounce short. It's speculative, so it's not high quality. It's we have 4 different tiers: speculative, good, excellent, and exceptional. So this is speculative. It's the lowest of the 4 tiers. But you can see it's a hot strategy at the moment. So we're measuring the strategies, the symbols, the time frames to see which are the most profitable. A hot strategy means that this particular strategy has had 3 wins in a row. A cold strategy would be it had 3 losses in a row, and it's the same for symbols, same for coins too. For this particular strategy, you can see that right now this is a bad time frame. So through using the data that I collect and experimenting, we could see, or I could say it's me on my own. I could see that using buckets of 3 hours was the most efficient way to use the data. When I tried it initially with 6-hour buckets, it wasn't refined enough. There wasn't enough fine detail. When I tested it with 1 hour, again by counterfactual analysis, we could see it was too noisy. It didn't really help. So 3-hour buckets is what I landed on as the best option. Currently, this strategy doesn't have a best time frame, but usually a strategy would have the best time frame. It tells you a good time frame and a best time frame for trading it in. It's not the case for a dead cat bounce right now. Then we have a section with the coin information, like the price, 24-hour change, volume, and so on. We have correlation, so how related it is to BTC. We can see this one is not very correlated, which is rare enough, I suppose, in the top 50. We can see that the momentum is against this trade at the moment. So again, that would, if it was me, I'd probably leave this because it's going against the market. But then again, the market is we're really talking about BTC there, and we can see with this one, it's not highly correlated. Then we have the trading information, so it's telling us about that it's a short, confidence 42%. There's like medium scoring, not quite good, but almost good. It's giving me the risk and reward rating there. It's giving me some information about how this fits into the context of the market. I usually jump down in advanced signals to VWAP, VWAP, that price there. And generally, like with 90-95% of the strategies, you want to be on the right side of that price, or else it's not worth taking. So you can see here, part of the reason why this is scoring low, why it's not a good um, in the good tier, is that it's the wrong side of that average price there, the average traded price. What you could do in this case is you've got a better entry here. Again, this is just because something I wanted to see when I was testing. It was like, okay, let's have a look at this. It's telling me I'm on the wrong side of the price. What's a better entry? So I built it and added it here. And what you could do there is set a price alert or a limit order for that price. And then it's giving you the trade setup. So for this one, it's giving me a recommended leverage of 19. I think for dead cat bounce, that's typical. It's around 19 usually, sometimes a little bit lower. It's giving me the entry price. It's telling me how far below the average traded price today it is. It's giving me some take profit prices, and it's giving me a stop loss. And as well, it's giving me the key levels. So yeah, you'll find that there's a lot of signals per day in the premium bot. So what you might want to do is you might want to look at the settings. Let's do that now. So in the settings, again, this is just through my own testing, through using it, and we also have a beta group where people have been trying it out and giving me good feedback as well. You've got a bunch of options that if the signal stream is too overwhelming for you, you can start to switch off some of the signals. So for example, you may want to decide that you only want the excellent and exceptional signals. Maybe you only want major signals. Maybe you only want BTC and ETH. And in that case, you can hit all three to them there of these. I'm going to put them back off again. I like the signals to be pinned at the top, just so I can scan through them. I can click here and I go through each pin, but some people don't like that, so you can turn them off if you want. You can choose to only see the strategies or the signals that are hot. So in other words, that have 3 wins in a row. Because again, just from my testing and just from the research I did, when a symbol is winning or when a strategy is winning, usually it continues to win. So when you hit that 3 in a row, it usually keeps going. So this is a very, very powerful setting. And then the same is true in the opposite. If something is losing, a strategy is losing, or a symbol is losing, a pair is losing, it usually keeps losing. So it's a very good idea to turn this on. I usually turn it on. If you want to take risks, more risks, you could leave it off. And then if you want to block that bad time frame, because again, most strategies have a time of day when they perform poorly. Again, just from my data and from research, so you can switch that on. If there's a particular session in the day, the trading session that you don't want signals from, you can switch them off. I usually switch off this one because just from experience, it's a session where I trade badly, like I don't make gains. So I usually switch that off, and I'm asleep for most of it anyway in my time zone. So yeah, I don't really want to be disturbed by that. And then if you want to ignore a symbol completely, we can also do that. So I don't want to see any BTC. I can add it to my ignore list. So that's how the premium bot works. What I'll do is I'm just going to go, I'll show you the API bot, even though it's not publicly available yet. So this is the one that's only available for me. I'm making it only available for me because I'm going to risk my money before you do. It's the way I like to quality test them all. So I'll be doing this for at least another month, I would say. And these are automatically executed trades based on the signals and based on the settings that I choose. So this is the most complicated bot that we have, and it has a huge array of settings. You can see it's actually very, very slow to load because there are so many settings. And basically, some of the settings are the same as UpScalp Premium, but then you have loads of other settings because, of course, automating your trading is riskier, a lot riskier. So I wanted to build in loads of control. And at the moment, I think it's pretty good. I will be looking for beta testers for this, I would say as well, but most likely the beta testers will come from the UpScalp Premium group. So we have a group. If you hold more than 0.5%, 5 million tokens, you get access to the premium bot, but also you get added to another Telegram group. And I'd say it'll be that group who I give access to the API bot first before anybody else. Cool. So that was the demo of the product. That was a chat about the background of the product. And usually then, yeah, we're about 25 minutes in. I usually just check every platform and see if anyone is asking me any questions. So I'm just going to quickly go to Telegram and see if anyone is asking questions in the group. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Someone asks, I guess it's only Chads in here. Yes, in Telegram. Absolutely. Someone replied, Chads that can hold. Also, yes. Definitely. You'll see from launch, like, I think everybody knows how PumpFun goes usually. You will have a launch. There's a few different scenarios. Scenario one is maybe it goes to like 10K and it dies within the first 30 seconds. And honestly, I think people say that's about 80%, maybe 85% of PumpFun launches. Maybe that will change with the new update to the creator fees system that they did yesterday. Maybe it'll get worse. Very hard to say. Then you have tokens that get close to bonding. Maybe they die, they don't quite reach it, and again, they rarely come back. You have tokens that sometimes bond, but then they die instantly as well. And then you have UpScalp, which is a token that bonded, and it's still at, I think it's 80% of the bond price. The bonding price is way down because the price of Solana is down. But I think we're at about 80% of whatever that bond price was. So yeah, it's motoring along. It's there because people are buying UpScalp to hold it to get access to the premium bot. So we've got that built-in way to retain holders, to keep a solid MC, a solid base for it at all times. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna. Oh, thank you, Bambi 2.0. You said you made a little write-up. Oh, thank you very much. See, can we open that? Do some social media live on stream. Let's have a look. Nice one. Thank you very much. All right. And I really appreciate it because I do. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Let's see. I just want to check. Is there? No. Okay. For tomorrow, I'm going to have to look and see is there a way to enable a chat here because there's no chat. Let's just see if there was anything else. Was anyone asking any questions? Yes, we are. We're definitely every single day, really. So I'm not sure if we'll do a live deploy today because I deployed it all in the morning, really, because previously on UpScalp to get access, I actually need to update the website, but we were using a Google form, not great. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to update this to use a new Telegram bot. So she can show you that bot maybe. I can show you, but I've already used it on all of my accounts to test. So yeah. So this is it. You can see there's a lot of starts because I was testing it. I was the tester, so I was the one. So yeah, it wasn't quite working well at first. So the idea here is that oops, yeah. I see I've put the premium group URL in there. That's smart. Okay, never mind that. I'll have to change that. Okay, I'm gonna rotate that because anyone can get access with that. So yeah, this bot just means you enter your wallet address. It'll give you instructions that you need to follow. They're very simple instructions, and then you instantly get access to the UpScalp premium bot. So yeah, that was the main thing that I was pushing today, and chatting on Telegram as we were doing it. Again, building in public. So I was talking to the Telegram community as we were doing it, and generally, like, I'm very open to ideas. If you see something that you want changed, or if you see something that you think you need in it, you can definitely submit it. I think what I'll probably do is find some nice open source tool where I can display my backlog, so I can show what I'm working on, what's done, what I'm working on, what's to come. Yeah, I've used many tools in my professional live, but I'll choose one that's open source that anyone can get access to make sure that we can all see it. And basically there I'll put the planned work, the completed work, and so on. So again, it'll just make something that people can see for the building and public aspect. Great. So it doesn't look like we have any questions. And I don't think I have anything to deploy on stream today. So I think, oh yeah, it's just, I'll actually deploy an update to the website while we're live here. So just, we'll hold on for a few minutes while I'm running this, and then you'll see that the buttons here will have changed, and they'll say get access instead, and they'll link to the Telegram bot that I was talking about a minute ago. Cool. So I might as well hold on and do that. Yeah, and then I was saying that the other thing that I will plan to do maybe tomorrow is talk through agentic development. So I began building this on my own. As I say, I have an engineering background, so I'm used to coding, and I'm used to research as well because I've worked in product teams. So I'm used to market research, I'm used to competitor research, and used to developing ideas for new products. So I began it on my own, and then about November, I discovered agentic development environments, which is basically, it's a place where you can code, like an app where you can code that's got AI bots built in, like Claude Code or Codex from OpenAI. So it just gives you a way to let them help you build what you're building, and I've just found it incredible. I was saying in the Telegram group today that it makes me about 10 times faster. It is absolutely unbelievable. And also then it allowed me to develop all the automations that I have. I have all these processes in, it's Google Anti-Gravity is the one that I'm using the most. But I've also tested Cursor and Windsurf, but Anti-Gravity is the one I keep going back to because Google have some really, really great deals on access at the minute for token quotas. So you get a lot out of it at the minute. It just made life so much easier, and it also meant, like, me as a team of one, that I could get so much more done because I built a team. So I'm currently using a team of 3 agents. I used to use 4. So when I say agent, I mean like an AI bot. So I have a researcher agent, I have a developer agent, and I have a quality assurance QA agent. I used to have a customer voice agent as well, to imagine someone, before I had a beta tester group, I had that, and I don't really need it anymore, but that was meant to be like an adversarial trader, someone very, very demanding, and I would send proposals for features to this AI and ask it to role play. Basically, it's like taking on a role. And the way I do this is, for each of those 4 roles that I was describing, I have almost like a role specification, so like a job description. And because AIs have this thing called a context window, which means their memory is not infinite, their memory refreshes every once in a while, they often forget their roles. So having a specification like a role description written out means that you can regularly remind the AI bot what its role in the team is, and make sure that it does those things that it's meant to do. So, for example, like a quality assurance QA bot, that it is using best practices for testing. For example, when I ask it to audit some code, that it's applying a process. And yeah, so I may talk about that more tomorrow. I'll do a little presentation on it, and I'll do maybe a demonstration of it as well. My workflow at the minute is that I'm using Opus 4.6 in anti-gravity for, I'd call it extrapolated thinking, for looking at problems, problem solving, research, deep analysis. And I'm using Codex for everything else. So that's like helping me with development, helping me with auditing, helping me with all the quality control and the automated processes with that, with log analysis. So yeah, by using that combination, I think it's the most effective way that, for me, that I'm getting work done with them. And as I say, incredible acceleration of what I can do. Great. So yeah, that'll definitely be another stream that we can do, diving into agentic development. Highly recommended for anyone if they haven't. I would say most people working as professional developers are in this a long time before I am. I'm sure they've been using elements of this for years, AI generated code and AI generated testing. But yeah, for me, I got into it in November, and it's been incredible, absolutely incredible. I nearly said life changing. I think it has actually been life changing. Great. So I think I'm going to wrap it up for today then. In that case, I'll just go through all the platforms again and make sure that no one is asking questions. No, so no questions in PumpFun. There is just spammers. Just go down to see in the comments if there was anything. No. Let's just double check Telegram, see if anyone is asking any questions here. They aren't. And let's just check on X one more time. See if there are any other questions. And if not, we'll wrap it up for today and I'll get back to work basically. Okay, thank you very much to that person saying good luck. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, okay, so I actually did add this. This was a community recommendation. Someone in the community said we should add this bot, and I did today. So I don't know why I'm getting this targeted ad. I've already added it, recap. Thank you very much. And we're testing it out to see how it looks. I haven't really noticed it yet, but I think it does AI recaps every few hours of what's going on in your Telegram group. Great. Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Okay. So that's it. I'm going to wrap up for today. Thank you very much for everyone for tuning in. We do this every day. So we'll be back again at 1800 UTC and we'll do another stream. So we got a couple of topics. If you have any other topics that you want me to talk about, you can submit them in the Telegram group or on X. I'll get them there. And definitely we can look at like scheduling like a bit of a plan for what I'll talk about every day. But generally, it's a bit of an explainer of the project, a bit of a product demo, and then we can dive into a third topic every day. Great. So really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much for everyone for tuning in, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.